you have to go every day to help people be able to pay their hospital bills. But every time we talk about medicine in this country, we are always focusing on the treatment. Never once do we talk about how are we preventing disease in this country. Up to the point where we find our curriculum for training of doctors is so therapeutic. It's about the medicine that can be given to patients when they are sick. It's about the measures that need to be taken when a patient is already sick. No one is talking about the real cause of cancer. And there's enough sufficient research telling us that cancer cannot survive in an acidic body. So how do we now promote a lifestyle where people don't live an acidic life that leads to the cancers that we are seeing? So even as we're talking about pushing this bill for the treatment of cancer, we also need to focus as a country on what we can do to prevent disease.
Now, this bill will definitely come to the National Assembly.
It will not. I can tell you, so long as we have a government with priorities that are upside down, this is a bill that is going to obligate that government to put resources to it. You remember a short while ago, the president was in India and is very happy to say we have 10 billion, in terms of equipment in the area of cancer. But then we are stealing over, billions and other billions of money from the health ministry, which would otherwise go into that thing. Cancer is today killing more Kenyans than malaria, than HIV/AIDS. In fact, it is a painful thing. I thank you for noticing it. But I can tell you, so long as this government knows it is going to be obligated to make cancer a primary health care issue, this bill will never be tabled.
Senator.
Will
never be tabled.
Kerry is right to some extent that this is a serious issue. I have a friend Janet Kanini, who, remember, highlighted her plight. If the husband and my friend Ikua did not take action early enough when she was in India, then we would be talking about a different story. What I'm simply saying is that a country that does not recognize, a country that does not improve healthcare, and Kaluma is right when he says that we buy equipment, don't train the doctors, we don't check why we should buy the equipment, we don't check why we need it in Homa Bay, and then we take pride in spending 38 billion on equipment, yet we have not spent money to train the people who should be, or a cancer treatment. The cancer treatment facilities that are in this country are all private. Ideally they should be national. In countries like India, health is a national issue. It's taken up 100% by the national government, it's subsidized 100% by national government, and therefore the country today is having a migration of Kenyans traveling through India for the simplest diagnosis of things. You're second guessing all your doctors here in Kenya. So therefore, this is an important issue, and Kaluma is right. It will only end in such nice readings in the newspaper. Nobody's going to take action because health, including doctors, including facilities, including private hospitals, public hospitals, it's not a priority for government.
And that's my only contest, Fred. My only contest is that health is such a critical issue that it cannot be an issue where we are pulling from two different sides of a political divide. This is at least one of those things that we should just agree across the board.
But even there's some memes going around social media on what is happening in Kenya, and they say that doctors have been on strike for the 54th day today. It is not a crisis. There's drought. It is not an emergency. Lecturers go on strike. It is not a big deal. But voter listing, oh yes, it's an emergency. All of us go out there. Now there's even a bill. Now that you're talking about bills, and this is by June Jomo again on page 8 of the Daily Nation. Let's take a look at that headline. Because now the president is out there seeking for voters to list. We're seeing all the opposition chiefs out there like we've not seen before in a long time, spending their own resources to get voters to come out and register as voters. Now we're seeing this headline: make listing compulsory. An MP has proposed that voter registration be made mandatory for all Kenyans. We're not talking about healthcare provision to be made compulsory for all Kenyans, but now voter registration. We are seeing other headlines.